I'm not going to try to get into the mind of Donald Trump because I don't think there's a whole lot of space there. I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office. And I'm a Republican, and he's not. He's not a conservative Republican. He's an opportunist.
In 2016, you said, I'm going to surround myself with only the best and most serious people.
We're going to use our best people.
We're going to have one of the great cabinets ever.
Your ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, she's against you.
He was thin-skinned and easily distracted.
Your former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, said he's not supporting you.
We can't be following celebrity leaders with fragile egos who refuse to acknowledge reality.
The man who I truly believe will be outstanding in every way.
Your Vice President, Mike Pence, is against you.
President Trump endangered my family.
National Security Adviser John Bolton, he's not supporting you either.
Donald Trump is not fit to be president. I have been in those rooms when he's met with those leaders. They think he's a laughing fool.
Whatever, it's fine.
Attorney General Bill Barr says you shouldn't be president again.
Our country can't be a therapy session for a troubled man.
Your second defense secretary is not supporting you.
Places our nation's security at risk.
Your first Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson.
A man who is pretty undisciplined.
Your acting White House Chief of Staff, Mick Mulvaney.
He failed at being the president when we needed him to be that.
It's a bad idea, right?
Your White House Chief of Staff, John Kelly, says
a person that has nothing but contempt for our democratic institutions, our Constitution, and the rule of law. God help us.
Clearly an irrational man.
He cares about no one but himself.
The domestic terrorist of the 21st century
should never be president. It's a disgrace.
It's a bad idea, right?
I could have watched that for
with
another
friends like
45 minutes, and the
You and I have something in common. We have both been immortalized on social media by our former president, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We have, I think this might have been the first time he wrote about you. Robert De Niro, a very low IQ individual, has received he spelled two wrong, many shots to the head by real boxers in movies. I watched him last night, truly believe he may be punch drunk. And then he says, at the end, he says, wake up punchy, he says to you. And that's not the only time. And he moved over to Truth Social. Robert De Niro, whose acting talents have greatly diminished with his reputation now shot, must even use a teleprompter for his foul and disgusting language. So disrespectful to our country. Now, in all fairness to the former president, is that true? Do you have to use a teleprompter when speaking about President Trump? Or are you able to just kind of riff on your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he's so stupid. Look at the lame, inane things that he said. He's so stupid, he can't even say anything clever or smooth. He's a moron. But he's a scary one. And in all seriousness, and we know it here, people have to get out and vote and vote and vote and vote.
Yeah. One time each. Do you think he pretends to be dumber than he is to confuse people and make them think? No, you think he's...
No, I don't think so.
Why do you think? I'm curious why you would guess that there's a big group of people in this country who believe that he cares about them.
I am totally dumbfounded, baffled by that. I can't understand it, and it's a thing that we've seen over decades and decades, and he's a what's it? Tammy Faye and the other one.
Yes.
It's the same thing, Give us your money, we're going to save you. Yeah, televangelist.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing, and it's so obvious. I just don't understand. People could buy it. I just don't know. It's all an act in a certain way. It's all out of insecurity. He's deeply, deeply insecure. He is a malignant narcissist. He's a socio-psychopath. He's created some new language as far as describing somebody in his mental condition. It's so frightening and scary, and he's dangerous. We got to get rid of him.
Do you ever?
And shame on those Republicans that don't have the nerve, the balls to go after him. What do they tell their kids? What do they tell their grandkids later when it's written in history books what their role is and what they did, and they allowed him to do this. He's an outright criminal, and they're still buying it.
They're still buying it. It's really.
The reviews are in.
You have to go by where. Look.
Here's what Trump's own people are saying about him. He's a moron. Rex Tillerson, Trump's Secretary of State.
We're lower than the world.
Lower than the world? He tries to divide us. James Mattis, Trump's Secretary of Defense.
You had a group on one side and you had a group on the other. Very fine people on both sides.
He's an idiot. John Kelly, Trump's Chief of Staff.
They weren't laughing at me.
A professional liar. Gary Cohn, Trump's Economic Advisor.
There will be no lies.
He thinks he's God. Barbara Rez, SVP of Trump Organization.
I am the chosen one.
Like an 11-year-old child, Steve Bannon, Trump's advisor.
I don't take responsibility.
I think we need to look harder at who we elect.
I don't think he's fit for office.
I have the most loyal people.
Can America survive 4 more years? He's a moron. 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 Rex Tillerson, Trump's Secretary of State.